The Montana sky stretched wide and clear, the frozen fields glistening under the pale morning sun. A U.S. Marine patrolled the wilderness with his K-9 companion when suddenly a fiery streak tore across the horizon. Smoke trailed behind, twisting violently in the crisp air. The K-9's ears shot up, body tense, eyes locked on the descending object. Instinctively, the Marine knew this was no ordinary meteor. Snow crunched beneath their boots as they raced toward the site. The dog sniffed and circled with precision, guiding his handler through the icy terrain. The wilderness seemed charged, alive with anticipation. What they would uncover, partially buried, shimmering fragments, would astonish the town, revealing a secret no one had imagined. This discovery would change lives forever. Before we start, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And really, I'm curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country name in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. The Montana sky stretched wide and pale, the early morning sun glinting off the snow-covered fields. A lone U.S. Marine stood near a frozen lake, his K-9 partner at his side, scanning the horizon with trained eyes. Suddenly, a fiery streak blazed across the sky, cutting through the calm air like a comet on fire. Smoke trailed behind it, twisting and curling as if alive. The K-9's ears shot upright, body stiffening as he growled low, alerting the Marine to something extraordinary. The Marine squinted, hand shielding his eyes, heart pounding in sync with the dog's tense movements. It wasn't an ordinary meteor. Instinct told him this was something bigger, something that demanded attention. The streak plunged toward the distant mountains, and with each passing second, the sense of urgency grew. The snow underfoot crunched sharply as the Marine took a step forward, the K-9 at his heels. Ready to investigate what could change everything for the town below, the Marine tightened his grip on the leash, urging his K-9 forward as they trudged through the thick snow toward the approximate impact site. Each step sank slightly into the frozen ground, sending chills through his boots. The K-9's nose twitched, scanning the air, sniffing for anything unusual. His paws moved with precision, avoiding obstacles while circling, alerting the Marine with every pause and bark. It was as if the dog knew the exact path to follow. Guided by instincts the Marine had long trusted, as they approached a ridge overlooking a small clearing, the air seemed to hum with anticipation. Smoke wafted faintly in the distance, mingling with the cold winter breeze. The K-9 growled softly, ears flattened, signaling the Marine to slow down. Peering through the falling snow, the Marine noticed subtle signs of disruption in the white expanse, dark patches, scorched areas, and faint footprints that hadn't been there before. He raised his radio, calling in to report the unusual activity while keeping his focus on the K-9's movements. The dog darted toward the first signs of disturbance, circling and sniffing methodically. Every second felt tense, each breath visible in the cold air. As the Marine realized they were the first to witness something that no one else in town had seen yet, the Marine and his K-9 descended carefully into the clearing, snow crunching under their boots. The closer they got, the more signs of disturbance became visible, patches of scorched earth, bent shrubs, and the faint aroma of smoke lingering in the crisp mountain air. The K-9's movements were purposeful, circling the area with intense focus, ears perked, eyes scanning every shadow. Each pause and sniff communicated urgency, guiding the Marine toward the epicenter of the anomaly. Finally, they arrived at a shallow crater, roughly carved into the snow-covered ground. Jagged fragments of what looked like metal glimmered faintly in the sunlight, some warm to the touch, others cold and brittle. The K-9 barked sharply, then retreated a few steps, circling the crater protectively. The Marine crouched down, examining the edges, noticing strange markings that hinted at a force far beyond a typical meteor or falling debris. The atmosphere felt electric, charged with an unexplainable tension. The K-9's body tensed, hackles raised, sensing something the Marine couldn't yet identify. Every instinct told him this discovery was extraordinary, unlike anything he had ever encountered. The remote Montana wilderness, silent and snow-laden, held a secret that only they had uncovered. The Marine knew this was only the beginning of a revelation that would soon astonish the entire town. The Marine crouched beside the crater, careful not to disturb the fragile fragments scattered across the snow. The metal pieces shimmered oddly, reflecting the pale sunlight in ways that seemed unnatural, almost alive. He reached down to touch one, noting its unusual warmth despite the freezing air. The K9 circled constantly, low growls rumbling from his chest, alerting the Marine to areas he might otherwise overlook. Each movement of the dog felt deliberate, almost as if it understood the importance of every detail. Among the shards, he noticed strange markings, etchings and grooves that didn't resemble any known debris. Some fragments hummed faintly, producing a subtle vibration when the Marine's fingers brushed across them. He exchanged a glance with his K9, whose eyes reflected a rare intensity. The dog pawed the ground, nudging him toward a partially buried object, almost urging him to uncover it. With careful hands, the Marine excavated a small section, revealing what appeared to be a metallic device, unlike anything he had ever seen. The K9 sniffed and barked, circling the device protectively. The remote wilderness was silent, yet the air felt charged with a mysterious energy. Instinct told him that this discovery was not only extraordinary, it was potentially life-changing for the town, and the full story had only just begun. Realizing the magnitude of the discovery, the Marine carefully documented the crater and the unusual metallic fragments, taking photographs and making notes. His K9 remained vigilant, circling the perimeter and growling softly at every sudden sound, as if protecting the site from unseen intruders. With the device partially uncovered, the Marine activated his radio, calling for immediate assistance from local authorities and emergency teams. Within the hour, law enforcement and specialized investigators arrived, trudging through the snow with equipment in hand. They paused at the edge of the clearing, scanning the crater and the scattered debris. The K9 barked sharply, ensuring that no one ventured too close without the Marine's guidance. Every officer and scientist on site sensed the extraordinary nature of the discovery, the combination of evidence and the dog's instinct underscoring its importance. Word quickly spread through the town, reaching local media outlets. Curious residents and journalists gathered near the perimeter, eyes wide as they glimpsed the crater from a safe distance. Discussions buzzed about the fiery streak seen earlier and the unexplained fragments. The Marine briefed them carefully, highlighting the K9's vital role in locating and securing the site. Everyone understood this was no ordinary event. The combination of keen instincts, disciplined observation, and the K9's protective vigilance had revealed something that would change the town forever. Days later, investigators confirmed the extraordinary nature of the discovery. The fragments and device were unlike anything previously encountered, prompting scientists and engineers to study them carefully. The Marine and his K9 were hailed as heroes for their instinctive response and precision in locating the site. Word of the unusual discovery spread quickly, captivating the town and surrounding communities. Residents gathered near the crater, still cordoned off for safety, sharing stories of the fiery streak they had glimpsed days before. Some had thought it a meteor or plain debris, but now the truth had a profound impact. An extraordinary object had landed in their town, changing its narrative forever. Children pointed in awe, parents exchanged whispers of astonishment, and everyone marveled at the bravery of the Marine and the intuition of his loyal K9. Community leaders organized a small ceremony honoring both the Marine and the K9, recognizing their service and the dog's sharp instincts. Photographs were taken, speeches were made, and local media covered the moment with reverence. The K9, alert but calm, basked in the admiration. Wagging his tail and staying close to his handler, the town learned a powerful lesson: courage, vigilance, and loyalty, even in the harshest environments, can reveal truths beyond imagination. The Marine, his K9, and the extraordinary discovery left a lasting legacy of awe, inspiration, and community pride.